G'day guys, welcome back. I'm so excited today. I've got my prototypes for my drumroll coaster holders or coaster stand. So exciting. This is my own design and I'm going to pour into them today. They've just arrived in the mail this afternoon. They were waiting for me when I got home from work, so yay. So they're really nice, thick, sturdy, slap silicone mold. Now, I don't know if you can see, it's got this little lip here. So when it's turned over, it'll have like this gorgeous molding edge on the side. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one. And then this one's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to try them out today, just in case there's any little changes that I need to make before we get them into production, but very excited. So this one, I'm just going to do clear with some gold flake. And then once I've done that, I'll mix up some more resin. And this one is just going to have some blue and some turquoise and a bit of clear. But we'll go with this one first. So excited. So I've got my gold flake there. I just separated all my little leaves. I'm going to pour a little bit of clear into there first. And I'm going to give it a good stir. So basically that's just going to kind of break the leaves up a little bit, because if I had to throw those leaves into a large amount of resin like that, there's no way that I would be able to actually stir them up and break them up into little pieces. So that's why I'm just sort of making a paste first. And I just find that easier. I can mix them up and break them up and separate them. I don't want them to be too small, but I don't want huge big pieces in there either. And as I said, I've separated them. Otherwise you end up with clumps. Like if there's like 2 or 3 or 4 sheets of gold leaf all stuck together, they just don't separate. And then you end up with big clumps. So now I'm going to pour that in there. I filled them with water. The small one took 150 mils of water, milliliters, and the big one took 200. You could probably go 10 mil over, like I didn't overflow it or mound it or anything, dome it, because I didn't want it spilling water everywhere. But mils is different to grams, so we'll see. So in here I made up 240 grams, just to be on the safe side. I didn't want to be short. Look at that. Although I'm 5'6". Haha. But no, I didn't want to be short of resin. So here we go. Exciting. My first pour into my new coaster stands. All right, just want to make sure we're still taping. So here we go. So nice and easy, like I said. I just want to try it. So just basically pour it in. It's going to go over the top. Just going in all these little crevices. It's going to go over the top. So that's sort of level now. We'll go over the top of these little pieces. These are the pieces that your coasters will stand in. So we'll just cover those and I'll show you what I mean about the little lip. All right, so that's covered. And then we have a little lip here on the side. I'm going to torch that. Oh, I probably should have done that a bit slower so I wouldn't get any bubbles. You know what? My other torch is broken again. I don't know what it is with me and torches lately. I could turn it on, full bore, and there's nothing. And there is gas in there. I'm going to have to use this guy, which I really don't like. Let's do really quick. It's much bigger flame than the little guy. I just want to be careful with it. All right, so now that's level with the top of these little ridges. So now we can pour the rest in to bring it up to what will be your table height when it's sitting on your table. I don't know if you can see. Can you see how it's filling up there now? Not sure how much it's going to take. Looks as if it's going to take all of what I've made, actually. Wow, look at that. Let me just see if it's doming. I've got a few little clusters of leaf. I just move them around a bit so they're not all in the same spot. I don't know why they're all over on that side. I just love the way the gold leaf just floats. It just looks so pretty. It just floats there. I think it's better than glitter, personally, because you know how glitter's heavy and it just sinks? The gold leaf just sort of, yeah, it just floats. It's so pretty. Alright, I'm just trying to disperse that gold leaf a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to have a look from down here across the surface. I can probably actually finish that off. I mean, there's only a little dribble in there, but let's just finish it off. So that was 240 grams. Well, that was good planning on my behalf. I mean, it took 200 milliliters, but 240 grams. So with my resin that I use, this is the Platinum Super Clear, this one. And I'll tell you how much I made. I'll just go and look at my notes. Hang on one tick of the clock. I did 165 grams of A and 75 grams of B, which is 240 grams in total. So I've still got lots of bubbles there. I'm going to give it a torch and then I'm going to let it sit, and I'm just going to sort of come back and torch it every 5 minutes or so. Oh, it looks amazing. It's going to be so pretty when it comes out, when I turn it out. And see, I thought if I just do something simple like clear with gold, it will match pretty much any of my coaster sets because a lot of them have got gold in them. And I guess the only thing it's not going to go with is if you do a silver one, but like I said, most of mine are gold, so being clear with gold, they should match. Any coaster set should match. Alright, now I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to make up some more resin for this little guy. Spilling resin on him already. Don't dirty me already. Alright, so I'll mix up some more resin and we'll do the next one. Yay, it's looking good so far. Right, so I've made up another cup of resin. For this one, as I said, it holds 150 milliliters of water. But because that one took much more in resin, I've made up 190 grams of resin. I did 130 grams of A and 60 grams of B, because A is heavier, so they can't be equal. Now, I changed my mind. I was going to do the blue and turquoise, but I thought for the sake of my little test, and just displaying whatever coaster I wanted to, I'm just going to go with plain, elegant black. So gold and clear in that one and just black in that one. So I'm just going to use some pigment paste. Actually, probably don't need the little cups anymore. I'm just using some of my black paste. Not quite sure how much to use. I guess quite a lot, because it's a big cup of resin. And depending on what this looks like, I might add a little bit of sparkle with the black pearl mica powder as opposed to mica or pigment paste. This will just give me probably a matte color, and that one will give me more of a bit of a shimmer, I guess. So I want it nice and opaque. Don't want to see this stick through there at all. So when you're making coasters, and if you're doing a matching coaster stand, you know, by all means, do the same. If you're doing pink and gold coasters, you can do pink and gold stand. Or maybe you just want to do pale pink, plain pink or plain gold, or maybe you just want to do black, something totally different, you know, to contrast. Totally up to you which way you want to go. But I just think if I'm keeping these two plain, that way I can mix any of my coasters with it. And actually want to just make sure that all my different sized and shaped coasters are going to fit. So that's why I just want to make it up now, just to double check, make sure everything's going to fit. Because I've got round coasters, I've got geode shaped coasters, I've got, you know, those triangle type coasters, I've got thick coasters, I've got thin coasters. I did make these 1 centimeter wide, so that if your coaster is maybe a little bit thicker than the standard coaster, or you've got some cork backing on it, or you've got those little silicone bumper feet on it, that's okay. They'll still fit in this coaster stand. And it's not the sort of coaster stand that, you know, like all the others around that you have to make in 2 pieces. It's got those little feet and then you have to sort of stick them up underneath. And I think it kind of wobbles around. I don't know if I want to use that. Do I want to use some of that? Let's put a little bit in. Bit of shimmer. So yeah, totally different, like I said, to any other coaster stand or coaster holder out there. Hope that was the right decision to put some mica powder in. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Blowing it everywhere. Let's just give this a good mix in. I don't know whether it's going to actually be any different, as in the shade of black. I've got bits of mica powder sitting on top. It's the problem with mica powder. Sometimes it doesn't dissolve totally, does it? So it floats on top. But I have to dissolve it really well into this. I don't want to see any little pockets of dust anywhere. I think that's it. So they should look really pretty, hey? When I unmold tomorrow, I'll grab a few sets of my coasters and we'll try them out and see how they look, see how they fit. I've made the actual little hole or slot for the coaster. I've made it quite deep. It's 1.2 millimeter or 1.2 centimeters or 12 millimeters deep, so things should stand in it nicely. They'll sort of lean back a little bit. You know, they won't stand up straight unless you've got a really thick coaster. They'll all kind of lean over a little bit, which is what coasters do. All right, where am I going to put my stick? All right, here we go. I think that's mixed in properly. Right, here we go. No, it's not terribly exciting, is it? Just to see black going in. I just want to do this carefully and then maybe give it a quick torch. Whoops, dripping everywhere. Do I want to use this one? I guess so. I'm gonna have to go and buy myself a little tiny torch. See, I don't like torching onto my silicone, onto my mold. Just do it very gently. You shouldn't actually use a torch anywhere near your silicone mold. I'm very naughty to do that because it can melt, and then your resin and your silicone's melted together. So here we go. We're going to cover these slots. And then you can see how it's still got that little lip there that we're going to fill up. So that will be the piece that sits on your table. All right, let's fill it up. See how much this baby takes. Go slow. I don't want to overflow it. A little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, I've got a tiny bit left. Let me look across the top. I think this side might be higher than that. I have got a pop stick under my board though. All right, that'll do. I don't want to overflow it and make a big mess everywhere. I've probably got about 10 or 20 grams left. So I can adjust my a little bit of information there on how much I've used. So that one's 240 grams, and this one will be, we'll say 180. Just for the sake of saying 180. So I think it's nicer to have like a tiny bit left over than, you know, not having enough. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Yay, so exciting. I'm gonna come back and just torch every 5 minutes or so, make sure we get all the bubbles. Although, you know, this is the bottom that you can see now. So it doesn't really matter if there's a couple of bubbles on the top. You're not gonna see them. I just hope that there's no bubbles on the other side, on the bottom here, because that's where you're going to see it, aren't you? Right. Yay. Okay. I will be back, well, I'll be back tomorrow. Be a blink of an eye for you, and we will unmold these babies. The time has come. Yay. And I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Yay. When I felt them yesterday, they were getting really quite hot because my resin goes off so fast. So I moved them. Like I thought maybe if I move it from that area that was so hot, move it down here a little bit, but they weren't quite set. Oh, they're coming out nice and easily. Wow. Look at that. I was so worried after I used that big torch on them too. Oh my gosh. Let's loosen it all the way around. Let's have a little look. All right, here we go. You can see that little lip there now. Let's see what they're going to do. And I got nice rounded edges too, you know, rather than pointy corners. I thought that would look nice if they were kind of rounded a bit. Let's see how they come out. Oh, look at that. Okay, just pop, pop, pop. Do it nice and slowly. Hope I haven't damaged it with my torching. I did go and buy a new torch. All right, let's get that last little bit out. Come on, out you come. I hope it's not sticking. Just have a little check, hang on. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, look at that! Yay! Oh my gosh! It's out! Let's have a look. Oh, I've got a few little bubbles. Few little bubbles. But look, I went out and bought myself a new little teensy-weensy little torch. Look at that. So, yay. I'm going to use this one instead because I was really worried about that big one after my other one died. So, yeah, I'll have to be really careful. Probably best not torching at all. So, I think what I need to do is, to stop bubbles, is pour a little bit, you know, in the gaps. And then heat them, maybe with the, where is it? This one. You know, the embossing tool. Because it doesn't get too hot. And you don't have to worry about it sort of blowing the resin. So maybe pour a little bit in and then blow it to get rid of the bubbles, and then pour some more and then pour some more, because it's quite deep. But, oh, look at that. So happy with that. You can see what I mean about that little lip there. It's not just one straight piece. Right, let's get the next one out. And then I'll try different size coasters and see what they look like. Let's loosen it all the way around. Like so. Okay, all right, that's loose. Now let's see, what's the best way? I think maybe the best way is from the side. Look at that. And then we just sort of pop each one out. Just give it a bit of a helping hand just by sort of pushing on it like that, just to get it started. And then Yay! Oh, it came out so easily. I obviously didn't torch that one as much as the black one. Oh, wow. I love that. Okay. So this is better than having like a total color like that, because the little bubbles show up more on something like that. So yeah. Oh my gosh, so in love with this one. Wowzers. All right, let me get it set up and I'll go and grab some coasters to try. Okay, got a variety of coasters here. Oh my gosh, where will we start? Let's start with these. I love these. These are some of my favorites. The black and the gold. Look at that. Now that is going to look amazing in here. Are you ready? Let's go. 1. Where's the other one? 2, 3, 4. Yay! Look at that. They fit. And they, I mean, they're not exactly round, but you could play with them until you worked out which way you wanted them to sit. Yay! Wow, they fit. Okay, let's see what they look like with something else. I've got this set of 6 here. Again, some of my all-time favorites in pink and gold. Start at the back so you can see what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay! Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Now I've also got these, some of these crystal druzy ones that I made. They should fit in as well, no problems at all. Holds them nice and securely, and they just look so lovely, don't they? Love these, love that. And it's so nice when your actual display, like your stand, looks amazing as well. Right, let's try some different shapes. And it keeps them away. Like, you know, when you stack them like this, they can get scratched or they can stick together. But this way, you know, it keeps them separated. So a bit of airflow through there. Right, let's try, so these are, let's have a look. Let me get my tape measure out. Where's my little tape measure? I should give you some measurements, shouldn't I? 11 centimeters, 4, I don't know, 4 1/4 inches, something like that. I'm not real good with inches. So that's those ones. Now these are the bigger ones. These are these, you know, the 3D flowers that I've been doing. So they're a bigger coaster. They are just over 5 inches, so 13 centimeters, just over 5 inches. See how they go. Perfect. I made them so that we could have bigger pieces in them as well. So 1, 2. Actually, that's a really thick one. See how thick that one is? Put him in the front because he's thicker. You can see the difference there in the thicknesses. But yeah, the thick one fits as well. Oops. Let's see how thick that is. Oh, I can't really tell with this old old tape measure. All right, let's pop these ones in. Let's see what they all look like. There's another thicker one. The thicker ones will tend to stand more upright, only because they are thicker, so they're taking up more space. And then the thinner ones, they tend to sort of lie back a little bit more because they're not as thick. But yeah, they definitely do fit in there as well. They're all different sizes, these ones. Okay, let's try something a little bit different. Now, I've got these that my lovely friend Petra made and sent to me. Aren't they beautiful? Hey, Petra! Now, she put some little silicone bumpers on the back. So, I mean, they're quite far in, so they're not even going to, you know, be in there, but we'll see what they look like anyway, because they're a different shape. So you could sit them like that. So you got like a little, those points in like that. Or I guess you could just do just the middle bit like that if you wanted to display them like that instead. I don't know, probably, or would you do that way, or would you do that way? Probably that way, I guess. We could just do them different, each one a little bit different. So that's them there, also fit beautifully. Lovely Petra. Now, we've also got these ones. You know how these, you know how you join all these ones together and they like make a circle? I haven't got room to do it here, but you know what I mean. They all join together like that. So there's a lot of these types going around. So let's see how they fit. So not sure whether, like obviously you wouldn't fit that way because they're not wide enough, but there's no reason why you couldn't do that with them. Let's start at the back actually, then you can see what I'm doing. See what I mean? Like it's too wide to fit, but if you do that, there's no reason at all why they won't fit. And then you can like off-center them so that they look a little bit more interesting. Like so. How are we going to do this? This one. There we go. And then that, well, these ones are a little bit easier. You just have to sort of poke the point in like that. Like so. But don't they look pretty? So pretty. There we go. So they fit as well. I'll bring that down so you can have a little look better. Well, there you go. What else can I try? Oh, this one. This one's quite a big coaster. Nearly 14 centimeters, 5.5 inches for that one. That's a big one. Same thing, you could put it like that with its little point down, or like that. Either way, whatever you wanted to do really with these. And it's quite a thick coaster as well. You can see how thick it is there. So it's just under a centimetre, 9 mil probably. What's that in inches? I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see on the tape measure. I'm not good at reading inches. So there we go. I think I've tried out all the different sorts of shapes that I've got. My little tiny ones, which I haven't even actually shown you yet, but there it is, little tiny babies. Look at that. My little tiny ones too. Don't look at that. I haven't displayed that video yet. All right, so there we go. What do you think, guys? Happy with these? I'm happy with them. I don't think I need to make any changes at all. So I will get them into production and we'll get them out for you, hey, as soon as possible. I don't know if I'm going to do like pre-orders, maybe, but not on eBay. You could maybe message me if you want to pre-order, but yeah, it'll be a while, be a couple of months before I get them out to you. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you love my new creations as much as I do. That's it there. Love it, love it, love it. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you real soon for the next video. Okay, bye for now.